Hi everyone, it's great to see you. Bit of a strange day today. Weather-wise, I've had hailstones, rain, the whole works. Got to tell you though, I've had a major disaster. I've come to Norwich and there I am driving down the motorway. Music's on and I'm singing away. Got myself a coffee, all down my jeans. So it's chino time. Now, why have we come to Norwich? One simple reason. I've done some research online and behind me apparently is the best breakfast in the whole of the UK. It's called Olives. Now, to be the very best in the UK, I've got to say it's got to go some, because I've had some fantastic ones in London. Parlo's, that has been up there, you know, that has been very good. Polici's, the other one was Terry's as well. 3 real top class places. However, this is rated as #1. The whole UK, #1. Be really interesting what they provide, and it looks very nice. It looks very busy as well. As always, let's give it a go. I'm going to try not to spill anything else on myself today. Come on, let's go. Bit slippy. Here we are inside. Now, if you hear some background noise, it's going to happen because it is incredibly busy in here. I like the feel to it. Immediately, I like the lighting. It's nicely spaced out. There's enough room here for at least 40 diners, if you like. So, all good on that front. Now, I'm not going to go for your normal breakfast because I want to try what they're famous for. Now, this is meant to be the best breakfast in the whole of the UK. I'm going to go for the big barbecue breakfast. Now, this is really strange. It's got pulled pork on it, fried eggs, caramelised onions, sausages. You've got some streaky bacon, bubble and squeak, baked beans, tomatoes, mushrooms. You know me, I don't like my mushrooms, so I've asked them to take that off. Comes with tea, toast and fried bread as well. Now, I've added some white pudding to that, and some black pudding. Now, I don't know how much that's all going to come to because I've sort of added, if you like, but that's $15.95. And then I was like, hang on a second, what's a gorilla? And they've got here different gorillas. Take a look at the menu. But I'm going to go for the Philly gorilla, the classic with griddled peppers and slow-cooked beef brisket. Now, I've also ordered myself a large cappuccino. Now, I've ordered that quite literally because I didn't drink the last one. I wore it, didn't I? So hopefully I don't spill this one all down myself. So I'll see you when it all arrives. Really like the vibe in here. Very friendly, very nice people. And I can't get over how busy it is. It is incredibly busy. So yeah. Is it the best breakfast in the whole of the UK? We're going to find out very soon. Looking forward to it as well because it is different. It is different. And white pudding as well. Yes, gets a big thumbs up from me. Right, see you soon. That's a monster breakfast. You can't actually deny that. Take a look here. Streaky bacon, couple of eggs, got the white pudding, the black pudding, couple of sausages, then the pulled pork, hash brown, a couple of pieces of fried bread. That's their version of the bubble. Beans, toast. Crikey, a lot here, and a half a tomato. Roma is fantastic, and it's all going on, isn't it? I mean, what can I say? And then I'll come back to this fella very, very soon. That looks very appetising. We had to change seats, by the way, because it was a little bit noisy. Some people joined us and they were just making a little bit of noise, enjoying themselves, which is no harm, is it? You've got to enjoy yourself when you go out. So, let's get some pepper, salt, pepper, and them over the egg. And let's just dive in. Sausage first. Caramelised onion in there. That's what it's advertised like. It's been on the griddle. Oh, wow. I always say it, a sausage makes a breakfast. That is a quality sausage. It's meaty, you taste onion in there, and it's cooked absolutely perfectly. So talking about cooked perfectly, let's take a look at these eggs. Beautiful colour to the yolk. Not going to dive into that just yet. I just want to see if it was cooked properly. Let's grab one of these hash browns. Now, loads of you say hash browns shouldn't be on a breakfast. Honestly, it's not near enough every breakfast now. So, you know, you got to just accept they're there. However, on this occasion, we also have the fried bread and we have some bubble as well. So it's all going on. So you can't turn around and say, oh, I prefer fried bread, I prefer bubble, and all the rest of it. It's there. Excellent egg. I do like the hash brown. Again, nice and crunchy on the outside and really soft. Potato in the middle. Onto the streaky bacon. Now that's quite crispy, but not over the top. Now I've had streaky bacon in Harrods, and that was like, you could actually break a plate with it. Oh yeah. That's quality. Where the chef has crisped it up in the kitchen. Again, it's rendered down some of the fat, but it's smoky and it is tasty. That is excellent bacon. So far, so good. Some brilliant quality. Now I've got the white pudding. The difference between white pudding and black pudding is there's no blood really. There's no blood at all in white pudding. And that is so unusual to see on a breakfast. I mean, I've only ever had it, I think, twice on the channel. Once at Palo's, and that was so good, the white pudding. But again, I'm just trying to think back. No one else sort of offers it, do they? Tiny little bit spicy, but it tastes a lot of oatmeal in there as well. That's good, that's good. And I'll tell you what I do like. That's not a tiny little portion. That is nice and thick. A bit like myself. Onto the black pudding. Nice and steamy. The fundamental here, a lot of quality. That's quality black pudding, quality white pudding, quality, quality. And again, if you're paying for a breakfast and it's slightly dearer than the norm, then what you want is absolute quality. I'm massively impressed so far. Now this is very unusual. Pulled pork on a breakfast. Now, where have I had that? Simple, I haven't had it anywhere. I have had pulled pork, but not on a breakfast. It's smoky and it's got a barbecue flavour. Quite sweet, but I've got to tell you, that pork is very tender. I want to take a close-up actually of that. You can see just how tender it is. Beautiful sheen to it as well. That is excellent. Does it belong on a breakfast? That's the big question. Does that belong on a breakfast? I suppose when you dive in there and you have different combinations, then you'll know a little bit more. Now the bubble. Now, you see some carrots in there, a bit of cabbage, obviously the potato. It's actually totally different to any bubble I've actually had. Yeah, totally different. Let's see what it tastes like though. That's good. It's not the best bubble and squeak I've had, but the potato in there, it's been nicely seasoned. And you see on the outside, could be a little bit crispier, but you can hear the texture on the outside. But then you open up, and the potato is all fluffy and all the veg in there. Yeah, I don't know something. That's interesting. Not the best bubble and squeak I've had, but it is very good. The fried slice. Now, I'm actually quite pleased with this. Because again, you go into places and you get loads of fried slices and what have you, 2 or 3 pieces, and it's not really healthy for you. So I actually like the fact you got 2 small pieces because a lot of fat in there. And again, tasty things are never good for you. But fried slice, that's definitely not. Beautiful, beautiful. And the other thing, got to tell you, you don't want a carb overload, do you? Because you've got all the toast here. Lots of toast. No need to review some toast. Oh, saying that, that's again, look at the thickness of that bread. That's not like your cheap bread. I will actually try it. Quality again. Well, beans. Beans are beans. No, leave it. Them beans are not the best, but they are. Still tasty. No. That's kind of like the first little bit of a letdown. Because then, again, everything else there is super high-end quality. And the beans are just that little bit, not the greatest. Is it going to ruin the breakfast? Definitely not. I want to take a close up here. Look at the tomato. Now, I'm always going on, is it juicy? Look at this, look at this, look at this. Nice. Well, I don't need to tell you it's juicy, because you can see for yourself. It's juicy. Is it the highest quality tomato? It isn't. But again, as a breakfast, would you be disappointed with that? Of course you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. You'd be overjoyed with that. So I'm going to swap plates over, and yeah, join me in a second. The Philly Gorilla. Now I'm actually only doing this because it's what they're famous for. It's one of their signature dishes, but it's kind of like a Philly cheesesteak, isn't it? So you've got cheese in there, pull you out, come out here. So just take a glance in there. You've got the cheese, you've got the beef brisket, you've got peppers. I can see the peppers on the outside, and obviously loads of cheese. Now I've got to say, this bread is like a pillow. Nice, it's thick, it's been toasted. Now, I'm not actually going to rate this or judge it. I am going to judge it and then tell you what I think of it, but this is all about the breakfast. That is good, that's tasty. I want to show you just very quickly, I'm not going to deconstruct it. There are loads of the brisket in there. That brisket is very tender, but the overriding flavour I'm getting is a lot of cheese. So if you like the cheese, this is the one for you, and it's a quality cheese. It's quality bread, it's good brisket. You've got the crunch here with the peppers as well. They're actually really tasty. That is really clever. It's really good. Is it quality? It is quality. Everything about that I really enjoy. Again, it's stuffed. Look in there. That's nicely stuffed. And again, you can see just how tender that brisket is. All in all, that is really good. And I would have that every day of the week. Signature dish, and I know why it's a signature dish, because the chef certainly knows how to cook it. If I was judging that and rating that just on one bite, that's a 10. But it's all about the breakfast. That is a 10. That's how good that is. That is on one bite, in fairness. But yeah, now what I'm going to do is get the breakfast back, move that one over there, and dive in. Everything about this has been really good quality, and that is why it's such a great recommendation from you guys yet again. Is it the best in the UK? It is pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is finish them all up, get the bill, see you outside. Is it raining still? It's just actually stopped raining as well, so thumbs up to that. Had hailstones and everything going on out there. So yeah, going to finish everything up, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Quietly impressed. I am quietly impressed. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna, because I'm on a smaller table, I'm gonna struggle here. So, still raining. Take a look behind. What a beautiful street. Very Victorian. What was also very good and beautiful was that breakfast. First things first, is it up there? Is it the best I've ever had? Well, I've got to tell you, it hasn't quite beaten Parlo's, because that was incredible. But in fairness, that is one of the best it's the best breakfast I've ever had on the channel, easy. However, what was on that plate was quality, a lot of quality. The black pudding, the white pudding. I like the thickness of them. Not only the flavour and the taste, but the thickness, the streaky bacon, that was really smoky, and I like the way that was cooked. Eggs cooked perfectly, and again, quality eggs. You saw the colour of that yolk. Sausages made that breakfast. The sausages really made it. Too many places you go into, and they're just catering sausages, but this wasn't. It was meaty. It had onion in there. See, I like the fried bread as well. Bubble and squeak, was it the best? It was tasty. It was certainly tasty, but it wasn't the best. The tomato was okay, and the beans were okay, and they were the little bits that actually brought it slightly down from where Parlo's is. But I'm being very harsh, and I've got to say I'm being very harsh because it was excellent quality. Also, the service in there, fantastic, really good. You could actually look into the kitchen, see the chefs working away. All in all, and by the way, that pulled pork, what was that doing on that breakfast? It was on the breakfast, but it was very, very smoky, tasty, a little bit sweet, and that's why that possibly doesn't go that well on the breakfast. But flavour-wise, it was all there, no issues. Now, what do I think of the gorilla? That was excellent. If I was here reviewing that gorilla, it would have been a 10 out of 10, but I'm not. I'm here to review the breakfast. Now let's go to the prices. Let's get the bill out and give you the bad news, if you like. For the breakfast was $15.95. You've got to bear in mind that normally comes with mushrooms, and that was my choice not to put them on there. Now, I did actually add the black pudding and the white pudding. That was down to me. That was an additional £5. But I wanted to show you everything that was available. I had to show you everything that was available there from my point of view. And you don't normally get white pudding, do you? Never get that. For the gorilla, it was £8.95, and for my cappuccino, which I managed not to spill down myself, was £3.75. No service charge. Well, hey, no service charge. I did leave a tip because the service was excellent, really good. What mark am I going to give it? I'm going to actually get out of the road in case I get knocked over. The mark I'm going to give it, a lot of quality, and this is about the breakfast. You've got to bear in mind, this is all about the breakfast. Loads of quality on that plate. Bubble and squeak wasn't the best. The beans wasn't the best, but do you know something? I highly recommend Olives. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. If you're ever here in Norwich, get down there, without a shadow of a doubt. Again, have you been here? That'd be really interesting to find out. If you've been here, what do you think of it? Again, I like the signature dishes. I like the fact they're a little bit different. This isn't the same as your local cafe and what have you. If you like and subscribe to the channel, you know I always appreciate that. And I want to get out of this weather. Now, I'm staying in Norwich, by the way. I'm going to do somewhere else. It's a long way to come, so I'm going to have a little wander around the city and see what I think of it. But yeah, until next time, bye-bye. Let's get out of this weather. Why is it? It's raining all the time.